We're used to taking care of patients with geriatric hip fractures. That's not novel or new. What is novel or new is the concept of fixation of fragility fractures of the pelvis. This disease entity has been around for a long time, and frankly, we've ignored it.
The population of pelvic fractures in older patients is huge.
I would just say it's really important to make sure we have an awareness that pelvic ring injuries and other types of pelvic fractures can occur in these patients, and they can be unstable.
And they have unstable injuries that look pretty underwhelming on the imaging. But when you listen to them, they'll tell you that they can't move. They're screaming in the bed. They say they have 10 out of 10 pain. They're almost hysterical. And so we know by just putting them to sleep and pushing on the ilia, we can see fairly significant instability for fractures that aren't very displaced.
To highlight the scenario that we're talking about, I thought a patient case would be really critical. This is a 72-year-old female who fell, ground level fall, resulting in a low energy pelvic fracture. She presented to an outside in-network sister hospital where she was treated conservatively for 6 days. Attempts were made to mobilize her with physical therapy, but she was having significant difficulty with weight bearing as well as significant pain. And she was essentially not progressing in the hospital. She was then transferred to our level 1 trauma center in network for further treatment. We also attempted to treat her conservatively with physical therapy, but we were also having trouble mobilizing her, and her length of stay between the two hospitals was now approaching almost 9 days. She expressed a sincere care to her caregivers that she didn't want surgery, right? And she didn't want to go to a nursing home. But after counseling her on her options, she decided to proceed with percutaneous fixation of her broken pelvis. We placed these 2 curvifixed implants, one posterior and one anterior, to stabilize the pelvic ring. Upon this percutaneous procedure, the patient was able to go home 1 day after surgery, and this is her ambulating in our office 2 weeks after her surgery with very minimal to no pain.
This picture is of 2 of my mother's very good friends. One broke her pelvis and had a surgery and has been doing quite well. The other broke her pelvis and had an unstable pelvis, but was told she didn't need a surgery. She's been in a chair for about 6 months at this point. She wasn't getting better, and I'll just tell you, for the last 8 years, she's been stuck in the chair without a good quality lifestyle. So fixing and stabilizing unstable pelvic ring injuries, I would say, is pretty critical and borne out just by the tale of these two individuals.
I think the CurvaFix technology is just brilliant.
So why do we do the surgery? To eliminate pain, you provide stability, you mobilize these patients. Why CurvaFix? Because we're accessing curved corridors. We're working around indwelling implants.
I think it's really important as we look to the future and understand that these numbers of fragility fractures are growing. How do we optimize their care in a coordinated fashion with all the care providers that have historically been involved in geriatric hip fractures, now pulling them in and treating them with and for fragility fractures of the pelvis?